Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for checking out today's video. These are an eyesore, literally. This is the worst design Subaru could have possibly went with, and of course the base and premium models get this terrible silver chrome headlight. We did get, you know, something to work with, right? We got a headlight, that's good. Cars need headlights.
Race cars don't need headlights.
Why would they do us like this? I don't know. But I'm not addressing that in today's video, the chrome. We are going to be addressing that in another video. I'll probably be opening them up and painting everything black like I did on my previous WRXs, but here we are. The worst part about these is the drivability, the light output. They are terrible.
They saying I drove a getaway car, but I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
These factory projectors with the halogen bulbs is not a fun time. They don't reflect well off of street signs or road reflectors, and they're not really good at nighttime just in general. The cutoff is a little low, I think, from factory. I've lifted them up just a little bit so the cutoff line goes a little bit higher. Not enough to blind other drivers or anything like that, but the low beam is just awful. The high beam's not terrible, but it's still pretty dim. Around here, there's a lot of wildlife, there's a lot of deer, and there's just a lot of road hazards, really. It's Pennsylvania. What I'm gonna be doing today is updating everything to LED. But if you guys remember on my 2020 WRX, I teamed up with LASFIT, and I actually got some really nice fog pod lights in here, some yellow fog LEDs, and they looked awesome. A lot of people liked them. Everyone asked me about them. They were great. I may do that again on this car, we'll see, but for now, I just want to be able to see when I'm driving at nighttime. So we have some LASFIT LED upgrades. This is their newest line, and these are a lot different. If you look at this one, the LEDs actually sit in perfectly about where the halogen filament would be, which is really good because that's going to be great for your projector lights and your reflector lights. A lot of times if you get those obnoxious LED bulbs with LEDs all over them and you stick them in your high beam spot, or if you have reflector housings and you stick them in your low beam spot, you're going to blind everybody on the road. And a lot of times they're not even actually that bright, it's just that the light scatters too much and it isn't concentrated. So they might look bright, but you're not seeing very far down the road. But these are going to be a great replacement for our factory halogen bulbs because these are a 100 watt LED replacement. And when we pull these out and we put these in, we're still going to have a strong cutoff line because of our projector that we can adjust and lower, so we're not blinding oncoming traffic, but we can see everything way better. So we are looking at the back of the driver's side headlight, and you can see how easy this is here to remove the high beam. We're just going to twist up, pull out, and then unplug. Plug the new LASFIT LED in, and then reinsert it, twist down. Now your low beam bulb on the driver's side is going to be kind of difficult to get to because our battery is in the way. So looking at the back of the headlight, I kind of take my hand up underneath, and it is kind of tricky, but if you get the right angle, you can get it. Now sometimes I'll take this hand down and I'll get it and pull up. Now if you have big hands, this might be a problem for you, but it's really not too bad. So just kind of, it's hard to see what I did there, but there you can see I got the bulb out, and then I can actually pull it all the way out to here. I can unplug it, replace it with the LASFIT, getting it back in, twist down, and it's back in. So now we're looking at the back of the passenger side headlight. This one's going to be about the same difficulty as the driver's side. So the high beam is going to be pretty easy to get out. We just go in between the intake snorkel and the frame, and we can just unscrew that and pull it right out that easy. Now obviously I have an aftermarket intake here. Typically there would be a lid on this box, but there's not. Don't know where it is, bought the car used, so I have to address that. But because there's no lid on the box, it's going to make it a little bit easier for me because I can stick my hand down here in between the box and the filter, and I just move the camera, and I can grab onto that bulb. I'm twisting the wrong way. There we go, and pull it out. So if you have an aftermarket intake, you should have a box. If you don't, you need to get one. And if you have a box, you should have a lid on it. If you don't, I need to get one. But you'll want to take that off so you can reach down in there and get it loose. If you have this factory intake, I don't think you need to do anything. I think it's just kind of a tight fit, but you can get back there and remove it if I remember correctly.